You're listening to Saturday Morning Media. And now, back to our show.
So you coming over to my place and commenting about the mess or like I'm a hoarder, it was not very nice.
I didn't say you were a hoarder. I just made some recommendations for ways that you could be more efficient.
Yeah, I think it was more organizational. I don't think she was, saying you were a hoarder.
Oh, okay. Argument over.
Well, that's settled. Welcome to Elf Centered, everybody. My name is Gavin.
My name is Beatrice.
I'm Gary.
Gary?
What?
I can't believe you started an argument with me right as we started the show.
Well, I had it on my chest and I thought I better get it off there.
Well, I guess that's good. But the show is going right now, though, so we should probably get on with the show instead of talking about this anymore.
Okay.
Oh, you too.
Next time I come over to your house, I'll have a list of things for you to do, Beatrice.
Okay, Gary.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is the end of August, and man, oh man, we have been working hard here at the North Pole nonstop as we go crashing headlong into fall. And it is great to be back on the air once again with my two friends, Beatrice and Gary, who are also the best of friends and can put anything aside.
Yeah, I could put some boxes aside in my apartment.
Gary, just let it go.
Well, I want to know, I will change the topic, how everybody dealt with that big 2-day blackout that we had right in the middle of August. Man, oh man, there was no power to the North Pole. First of all, I want to say I'm just glad it didn't happen, like in November. We would have been really, up the creek, so to speak.
Right, or while I was down in the mines, that would have been awful.
Oh, yeah.
It's dark enough down there already.
Right. They run electric lights down that far into the mine?
They have to.
Yeah, so you can see.
Yeah, because
I didn't know if it was lanterns or...
Well, they can't have fire down there because of the possibility of explosion.
Got it.
That's what happened to Pedro.
Pedro? I don't mean to laugh. But
I'm
remembering how funny Pedro was.
He was always launched like a cannon.
And I remember one day he pulled down my elf shorts in the middle of the workshop, and everyone had a good laugh, and I had a good laugh because he was always a kidder, that Pedro. So that's why I'm laughing.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he tried to light a smoke and down there, and it launched him out of the tunnel like a cannon. He flew. And luckily, there was a snowdrift.
Yeah.
And
thank goodness.
Yeah.
Well, what I did during the 2-day blackout is I got myself reacquainted with some of my collectibles because I don't need to see them to know what they are. So,
oh, yeah, those wax flowers you got to collect?
The wax flowers and also my figurines. And, I can dust them and I can tell which one is which. It was kind of a fun little test for myself to see which one I was holding. Because I couldn't see which one I was holding, so...
Right, the practice is being blind.
Yeah, in a sense.
It's like you would hold one and try and guess which one it is.
Yeah.
Hold one of the wax flowers.
Yeah.
Try to guess which one. Would you write it down or something and then in the day look at it or?
No, I would sort of lay them out and then remember the next day, and also my figurines. And if things keep going the way they're going with the yo-yo testing, I may need to rely on my other senses because things aren't going well.
Still bad?
They're still bad. Can you see this goose egg on the side of my head?
Yipes. I thought that was like...
Holy...
You had a flower there. I thought it was part of the flower.
No.
Holy moly.
I'm trying to disguise it with the...
Looks like another head is coming out of your neck.
Oh, thank you, Gary.
I mean, smaller, but...
Well, clearly.
It looks like it's got indentations for eyes. There's a little nose knob there.
Yes, thank you. Stop looking at it. Gary, stop. Stop touching it. It hurts.
Gary, please. Come on.
Okay.
Come on. Gary, what did you do during the blackout? When it happened, you were down in the mines?
No, I was in my hut.
Yeah?
Yeah, and I tripped over a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
I broke a bunch of stuff. Some of the I knocked myself out actually.
Wow.
Yeah, because I fell over and I hit my head on my game controller. I didn't come home, and I didn't come awake until the penguins came home, and they woke me up.
First of all, I want to ask, where were your penguins that they had to come home to?
They had to work.
Your penguins work? My penguin's a lazy layabout. He just sits around all day.
Well, that's your problem there, buddy.
What do your penguins do?
Well, I don't
like they have their own jobs. You don't ask.
They deal in fish.
They deal in fish.
Yeah, well, you want to know what your penguins are up to during the day when you're gone? They're getting fish. They're eating fish, salted. And my penguins go down, and they go down to the docks. They get it wholesale and bring it back. And, they cut them a little bit. They cut them in half.
Yeah.
And then put, half of it is like bread. Bread-shaped half fish. And then they take it down, and then your penguins... or anybody else's penguins, not Beatrice, because she can't have him.
Yeah.
But they will take they smell like a whole fish, but it's really half. And so they get double their money because it's cheaper, and then they cut the fish in half, and they sell them to the other penguins.
I have so many questions. The first question is, you said wholesale. Where do the penguins keep their money?
It's all locked up in an offshore account.
But would they go down and they go down to the dock and they say, yeah, just put it on account 24896?
Yeah.
Wow.
How did you know my account number is what I want to know. You were in my apartment and you were shuffling through stuff.
No, I just pulled that number out of the air, Gary. I couldn't possibly know your offshore. I didn't even know you had an offshore.
Well, I don't have an offshore account. The penguins have an offshore account.
Oh, this is just...
And it's not by offshore, and there's a boat off. And then that's the number of the boat.
Oh, it's on... literally offshore.
Yeah,
okay.
But I think a big issue here is that your penguins are running some sort of fish fraud scheme where they're selling whole fish, but it's not really a whole fish. It's half a fish and then some breading.
Yeah, but penguins are pretty dumb. They don't know.
Well, obviously your penguins are not dumb because they're running this scheme.
Yeah, my penguins are pretty smart, but the other penguins are not, and so they don't know they're not getting, and they love it. They can't get enough. Knocks them right out. Well, they start seeing stars and stuff.
I guess my concern now is that you have broadcasted it. And now people know that the penguins and anybody who's listening to the show, and because I leave my radio on for my penguin when I leave so he can hear my voice, and now he's heard you say this. So I'm not looking forward to coming home because I'm sure that my place will be trashed. My hut will be.
He's gonna be mad.
If you found out that the fish you thought you were buying a whole fish and you got half fish and then some breading, I'll admit, like you said. He's pretty dumb if he didn't realize that half the fish was bread, but...
I'm trying to figure out why he's going to take it out on you. And
No, but when you're mad, you throw things around, you get mad.
Yeah. Gary, I'd worry about you going home to your penguins. You've just basically revealed their...
master plan.
Their master plan. I hope Santa's not listening.
He doesn't listen to our show, does he?
I don't think so, but maybe after he came here, he does listen. Oh, so I just got an email here. Oh, it's from my penguin. He is furious. He just sent this email to the studio. Thanks a lot, Gary. Harvey, if you're listening, we'll talk about when we get home. I will bring you several whole fish for free.
I'm amazed your penguin can use the computer.
Oh yeah, sure. He's got a flip phone that he uses to send email out. It's very cute. It's pink. It's got Hello Kitty on it. He got it mail order from Japan. He ordered it and then it came.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike. Man, that's the bigger question.
What is the bigger question?
Who's selling these flip phones to these penguins?
Well, he bought it off the internet, so I think the person who sold it didn't know that it was a penguin.
Oh.
You know. Well, I was at the hotel when the blackout happened.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Tell him about the flooding.
Well, what happened was that the power went out, right?
Right.
And the water pump regulator down in the basement that regulates, the melting ice. I mean, we're living basically on how many hundreds of feet of ice.
Right, a lot.
The heaters in the hotel melt that ice around there, and you got to pump the water out. So it shut everything down. There's no backup, like, generator or something on that emergency pump. So the hotel started filling with water. And I had to go down, and luckily there is a hand crank on the side of the pump. And so I spent a good, I would say, 16, 17 hours of the 48-hour blackout just cranking. Yeah. That's why, like, you look at me right now, I'm kind of rocking.
Yeah.
You are
Because I just got so used to doing that motion of turning the crank, turning the crank, turning the crank.
Yeah, and I bet you've, like, exposed new muscles.
Look at this arm.
I can see
compared to this arm.
Yeah,
when you said rockin', I thought you meant rockin' pythons.
Yeah, no, but see, this arm is like I can't comb my hair with this arm anymore. I can't, so I use
Luckily,
this.
you wear a hat.
I know. Yeah. Well, let's not talk about my loss of hair.
So did anybody? Was anybody in the lower floor that got?
Well, here's
affected?
the thing. This is the thing I'm going to say. I'm cranking, right? But then they got it back up and running. But then, like, because I wasn't there to cook and clean, I had to double up. I couldn't just go home. I had to double up my, efforts, right?
Yeah.
And I go into this one room, right? It's room 23. Okay? It's on the second floor, right? I open the door. I go in. I turn on the light. Suddenly, the light goes off. Right? And I thought, I just instantly think like, we have a blackout again. Like the power went back out again, right?
Uh-huh.
I go over there, flick it again.
Light goes off?
The light goes on and then immediately goes off again.
So that happened twice.
Right. But it's during the blackout, so it's weird. Like what's
what's
happening in this
power?
room? Exactly, right? So then I creep into the room and I'm like, "Hello, is there somebody?" Because this room, according to my clipboard, and I have a little pen light, little flashlight that I'm reading the things off of. It's empty. So I'm shining the pen light around the room. There's a ghost in the room.
What?
And he goes, "Get out!" And then I
man.
leave, and I run back downstairs, and I'm scared. I'm not proud to admit what happened in my pants, because I was frightened. But I went downstairs, and I tell the bell clerk, Jerry, and I say, "Jerry, I was just up in room 23. There's a ghost." And he was like, "Yeah, he just checked in." And I was like, "What are you talking about? There's nobody on the sheet here." And he goes, "No, that's the old sheet. You didn't get the updated sheet. He just checked in. He's taking a vacation before Halloween." And I was like, "Oh, thanks a lot, Jerry. Thanks for..." He goes, "Oh, we checked in while you were cranking the crank downstairs."
Wow.
Oh, I would have jumped out of my...
Well,
leggings.
I practically did several times. I nearly killed myself running down the stairs.
Why did it... And then, but, like, to hear that, like, him go, "Get out."
Yeah, it was like, "Get out."
Well,
Yeah, well, and then I felt bad because it was like, well, of course he said get out.
Because it's his room.
It's his room.
Well,
and
no,
I didn't. I thought it was empty.
But even then, I mean, I don't know if I would yell, "Get out." I would say "Occupado" or "You don't need any towels."
Yeah,
don't know if I'd
well,
yell,
I
"Get
didn't
out."
knock though. I just used my master key to go in because I thought, I'm supposed to check
Got
up
it.
on this room, make sure
Got
it's
it.
clean.
Yeah, you deserve to get out.
Well, I did, and I apologized profusely, and it's coming out of my pay, but they comped him or her. I don't know.
So,
That's not fair. It's coming out of your paycheck. His room.
Well, but it's fair. I mean, for that one night, not for. I disturbed him or her. I don't know. It's just sort of this.
You'd think as a
shape.
ghost they would be used to it.
right.
Well, and how often? I mean, not to speak ill of ghosts, because I know many a fine ghost. But how often do they just come into a room, through the wall?
Yeah, they never.
All the time. And
Ass.
nobody's... They're not coming... They're not knocking on the wall. Well,
Yeah.
some of them knock on the
Some
wall.
knock on walls,
But then they don't come in.
Yeah,
And so
yeah,
you don't
and then
know...
you're like, oh, who's there?
Right. They don't know if
Yeah.
they're coming or going.
So anyway, we have a ghost staying at the hotel. So.
But I have a question.
Yes.
Why are they here so early? I mean, Halloween isn't until October.
End of October.
Yeah, but he was saying, Jerry was saying that because it's almost like, how Christmas decorations will be up in, Christmas decorations are up all year round here.
Well, yeah.
Right? But, like Christmas decorations go up earlier. We hear the reports from stores that they go up earlier and earlier. Well, apparently Halloween is becoming just as popular. It's like the second most popular holiday, or it's gaining traction to be that. And so there's like, they start in late August, these, like these haunted houses and these, haunted corn mazes.
Right, because they have to prep for that. They have to get in shape for that. Have you heard? I mean, like, there's a whole regiment that they have to get ready to go to those haunted all those haunted things that are like all over the world. They have to occupy those. They're under contract. They have to be there.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going this year.
What?
I'm not going. Not after last year.
What are you talking about? It was the best.
It was the best for you two. It was not the best for me.
I like a good scare.
I do too.
That was just a little too scary for me. And I got lost in the corn maze.
Yeah, and then your allergies kicked in.
I know. I mean, if it wasn't for my allergies, though, you probably would never have found me because you heard me sneezing.
Oh, yeah.
I like a good scare, except for when I went into room 23. Because if I'm going into the corn maze, I know
you're expecting.
Oh, we're gonna get scared. There's gonna be a ghost or a zombie or a gremlin. But not when I'm doing my job, walking into a hotel room.
Right.
Well, listen, Beatrice, if you don't want to go, you don't have to go this year.
Okay.
You totally have to go.
I'm not going.
She has to go.
She doesn't have to go.
I'm not.
You can hold our phones outside the corn maze.
Oh, thank you. That'll be a joy.
Well, folks, we're coming to the end here of this episode of Elf Centered. We hope you all made it through the blackout, like we did, seemingly unscathed. And for the most part, I needed a new pair of pants. But, we wish you the best with your continued work. We hope everything is going smoothly for you in your particular assignment.
Hey, what's going on in this coming, what do we have to look forward to? What's on the calendar?
For September?
Yeah.
Well, of course, there's movie night. Movie night is coming up on the 17th. So Excellent. You're going to want to, I'm not saying if you have an elf that you want to bring down to movie night, make sure you ask that elf and come on down to movie night. And I hear the movie this year, big shocker, is going to be Elf. Because that movie, we've seen that movie every year since it came out. But Will Ferrell's a tour de force. What can we say?
Yeah, he's a tour of...
All right, listen, this is going out on air. We do want to mention the weather. We have snow tonight, continuing in tomorrow, and then snow for the rest of the year. So bundle up, everybody. And thank you for tuning in to Elf Centered. My name is Gavin.
I'm Beatrice.
I'm Gary.
And we will talk to you in a month. Really, if you don't want to go in the corner.
This episode of Elf Centered was completely improvised by Jayne Entwistle, Chris Sheets, and Grant Baciocco. Think you've heard it all as to what happened to Gavin during the blackout? You are mistaken. Something related to the murder investigation the Elves are involved in happened, and in order to hear all about it, you're going to need to download the free Saturday Morning Media app for iOS and Android and hit the button that says Bonus Audio in the entry for this episode. For more information on how to download the app, visit www.saturdaymorningmedia.com/app. Elf Centered is a production of Saturday Morning Media and made possible by the Saturday Morning Media Patreon patrons who've gone to patreon.com/Saturday Morning Media and set up a monthly donation for as little as $1 a month. Huge thanks to Shay Stewart, Mert Lafferty, Jeff Peterson, Dale Gadania, Steven Staver, Jackie Klimo, Melissa Crawford, Chuck, Matthew Wayne Selznick, Dave Slusher of the Evil Genius Chronicles, Mike Coughlin, Dorothy Baciocco, John D., Kathy Crawford, Brian Greer, Carrie Whitney, Chuck Tomasi, Chris Foster, Stephen Ing, Clinton of ComedyForecast.com, Vicky DeVries, Mike Wabshall, Twitter user Buttsinggear, a.k.a. Wildcat, Eve Cunning, Mike Hamilton, and Gaston Moreno. If you'd like to support this show and the other fun content from Saturday Morning Media, become a patron. Head on over to patreon.com, that's patreon.com/Saturday Morning Media and set up your donation today. You can also tell a friend about the show or leave the show a review on iTunes. And while you're over in iTunes, be sure to click that subscribe button. That way new episodes are delivered to you the moment they are released, and you'll help other people find the show. Thank you very much for tuning in. We'll see you next time on Elf Centered. Elves Centered is copyright 2016 Saturday Morning Media, Grant Baciocco, executive producer. All rights reserved. www.saturdaymorningmedia.com. You've been listening to Saturday Morning Media. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.